Hello, and welcome to Chapter 8 of Teach Like a Champion. Hats off to the third grade team for putting together such a stupendous production.
Yes, they are fantastic, aren't they?
Yes, of course. Let's get this thing started, shall we? Today, you will be learning about 4 new strategies you can use in your classroom. Have trouble with pacing? Well, you're in luck because all of these 4 strategies will help with the pacing of your lessons.
Strategy number 1, looking forward. Have you ever noticed your students falling asleep in class, bored, or just not that into you? Sometimes this happens when you're introducing a concept that is difficult, or the connection to their lives is just not obvious. Looking forward will help change all of that around. This strategy will help create excitement and suspense in your classroom. Do you have your students look forward at the daily agenda written on the board? See, you're already doing it. Here are a few more ways you can look forward with your students. You could add a catchy name to some of the topics on your agenda, like mystery math or wacky writers, to make the subject seem more intriguing. You could even call one the mystery activity to make the anticipation more intense. Go further by referring to it occasionally, as in, "We're almost there. Bobby thinks he knows what it is, but oh, no. He has no idea." I will now pretend to be Ms. Bracken as she introduces algebraic equations to her 3rd graders. Boys and girls, take a look at the equation I wrote on the board. By the end of this lesson, all of you in this class will be able to solve for the unknown variable. How many of you want to be a math wizard today? Great, excellent. Let's work together to solve some equations. Whoa, look at that, now you're doing some middle school math. You have unlocked the mystery of the unknown variable. You better show this off to your parents and all the brothers and sisters. Represent that algebra.
Great work. Now it is on to strategy number 2, change the pace. One way to create the illusion of speed in your classroom is by using a variety of activities to accomplish your objective and moving from one to the other throughout the course of the lesson. In short, change the pace. This modification has the potential to energize your classroom.
Changing topics every 10 to 15 minutes is distracting, confusing, and unproductive. So, rather than change the topic every 10 to 15 minutes for an hour, change the format of the work every 10 to 15 minutes as you work to master a single topic. These activities should fluctuate between active and passive.
Here is an example of the steps in a focused, fast-paced lesson. 1. Start with a do now. 2. Move directly to a mini-lesson. 3. Teach a short rhyme or song about the topic. 4. Guide students through 3 or 4 examples. 5. Move to independent work. 6. Wrap with a quick review. 7. End with an exit ticket. One final note. Research suggests using the H+2 rule. This rule states that a student's optimal attention span is his or her age plus 2. In minutes. Not seconds.
Yes, so that means that all of you will last about another 35 to 60 minutes, give or take. Hang in there. Strategy number 3, all hands. All hands allows you to create the illusion of speed by shifting rapidly among and involving a wide array of participants. For example, let's say you are reading and discussing a lengthy passage. By having multiple students read short segments from the passage and moving rapidly among them, you create a sense of speed and a bit of suspense, because the students don't know who will be called on next.
In order to maximize all hands, you can incorporate other techniques such as cold call and pepper to ensure you call on everybody. One barrier to be aware of is the poorly timed, meandering student comment. To address this, you can socialize students to give succinct answers, using an upbeat phrase such as "Hold it," "Time out," or freeze. These remind students to focus on the question and divert to another student. It's also helpful to remind students to answer in 2 sentences, or save that thought for later. After enough practice, students will begin to understand your pacing expectations in the classroom.
The final component of All Hands is managing off-task questions, requests, and comments. Distractions such as these can completely slow a lesson's pace. Some useful ways to avoid such pitfalls are to use a version of the "do not engage" portion of Strong Voice. For example, telling a student, "No hands right now," or something similar when the time is not right. For example, "Do you see the Queen trying to get my attention and inevitably derail my presentation? Instead of allowing her to distract me, I am going to use the do not engage strategy. I see you are excited, dear Queen, but there are no hands at this time." See how well that worked?
We have one more strategy for you: work the clock. In Work the Clock, each activity is given an allotted amount of time. This includes frequent restroom breaks.
Yes. Don't we all wish we had more of those? Anyway, Work the Clock involves pacing the class using a countdown method. I will model this for you. Class. Pencils down and eyes on me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent.
This strategy allows productive behavior and acknowledges students by name who are ready before the end of the countdown. Without the countdown, there's no way to tell whether you're reinforcing excellence or mediocrity. Finally, countdowns can allow you to continually set goals for your class's speed in meeting expectations.
Thank you, Queenie, for that excellent explanation. I am now going to work the clock. When I get to 1, all of you will write on your agenda at least one strategy from this presentation that you will attempt in your own classroom. No eyes on me, and pencils ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change the pace, use all your hands, look forward, and check the clock. Did you work it?
On behalf of the 3rd grade team, we thank you for your attention in this presentation. May you go forth and continue to teach like the champion you already are. Ta-ta for now.